Something is happening inside Real Madrid, and it's no longer just rumors. Vinícius's contract pressure, Rodrygo's unexpected move toward Liverpool, Alonso'S firm stance on Camavinga, and a sweeping defensive overhaul with the departure of Alaba and Rüdiger. It all sounds like a football drama, but this is real life. Today, we dive into the very core of the Madrid club. Here you'll find official news, top insider scoops, and the most discussed rumors of the week. And maybe even some behind-the-scenes gossip that will make any fan's blood boil. Don't miss it. This video won't leave you indifferent. I've already talked about this, but the media won't let it go. The Vinícius topic is back on the front pages. And according to the latest reports from Spain, the situation is getting increasingly tense. According to Mundo Deportivo, Real Madrid has started to consider selling Vinícius if no compromise on a new contract is reached soon. The reason remains the same: the player's ambition. The Brazilian wants to earn at the level of Kylian Mbappe. As of now, Vinícius is under contract until June 30th, 2027, with a net salary of around 15 million euros per year. Meanwhile, Mbappe earns 23 million annually, plus a signing bonus that brings his total to about 46 million gross per season. Vinícius believes he deserves similar terms, but Real is not ready to double his salary, especially after an inconsistent season. 22 goals in 58 matches is far from the level Mbappe showed, winning the Golden Boot. Moreover, the club is not willing to break its internal wage structure for a single player. Mbappe and Bellingham are currently the cornerstones of the project, and giving Vinícius a raise could trigger a chain of similar demands. The situation is worsened by stalled negotiations. Vinícius is pushing, but Real refuses to budge. The club remembers the cases of Cristiano Ronaldo and Sergio Ramos, where excessive demands led to their departure. Now some believe Vinícius is on the same path. Cadena SER journalists openly state this is a risky strategy. If Vini keeps pushing, Real may walk away from the contract talks altogether. Tomás Roncero said the forward risks ruining his legacy at the club. And Julio Pulido reminded everyone, in Madrid, they don't tolerate arm wrestling. They don't forgive attempts to dictate terms. Analysts agree. Now is not the time to bargain. Yes, Vinícius is still important, but his position has weakened. And if the conflict escalates, Real could be open to offers, especially if a club from Saudi Arabia puts big money on the table. Still, no drastic moves are expected just yet. The club hopes Vinícius will return to top form and a compromise can be found, perhaps in the summer of 2026. But if things remain as they are and the demands don't change, Real won't keep the player at any cost. Right now, it's all up to Vinícius. Either he adjusts his expectations and continues at Madrid, or he himself pushes the club toward a decision that seemed unthinkable just a year ago. Another name that refuses to leave the headlines is Rodrygo. And this isn't just a rumor. According to the latest reports, the Brazilian forward from Real Madrid is actively pushing for a departure from the club. Moreover, he himself initiated contact with Liverpool. Without waiting for offers, Rodrygo asked his father and agent Eric Goes to reach out to the Reds and explore the possibility of a transfer to Anfield. This information is confirmed by Indicila, adding that Liverpool is currently holding off on a decision. The club's top priority remains Alexander Isak, and Rodrygo's camp has been informed that if interest in the Swede fades, the strategy and budget could be reconsidered. At the same time, there have been rumors of other potential destinations. For instance, the press actively discussed possible interest from Tottenham. According to Diario AS, the club even requested permission to open talks. However, insider Santi Auna quickly denied this, stating that Rodrigo is allegedly not interested in joining Spurs. Other potential suitors mentioned for the Brazilian include PSG, Bayern Munich, and Arsenal. But again, nothing is simple. PSG already has depth on the wings, Bayern is close to signing Luis Diaz, and Arsenal has just made significant investments in Victor Gyökeres and Noni Madueke. As it stands, there's no clear European destination for Rodrygo. Interestingly, despite the player's efforts to leave, Real Madrid is also actively using Rodrygo's name in strategic negotiations. According to Caught Offside, Los Blancos are considering a swap deal with Manchester City, which could involve Rodrigo and Eduardo Camavinga moving to the English club, along with around $40 million. The goal is to persuade City to let go of midfielder Rodri, whom Xabi Alonso sees as a key figure in rebuilding the midfield after Toni Kroos's departure. Thus, Rodrigo's situation is becoming increasingly complex. On one hand, there's the player's own desire to move and his initiative to reach out to Liverpool. On the other, there's Real's tactical use of him in a potential deal for Rodri, showing the club's flexible approach. Within the club, there's a growing willingness to let Rodrygo go if a suitable offer arrives. His price remains high, but no longer untouchable. Importantly, this is now not only about the player's wishes, but also about how the club's management shapes its overall transfer strategy amid major squad changes. As for the Saudi Arabia option, that remains uncertain for now. Sources indicate that Rodrigo is not ready to take that path at this stage in his career, although offers from the region are almost certain to come. So while it remains unclear where Rodrigo will end up by the end of the transfer window, one thing is certain: his name will continue to dominate the headlines for weeks to come. Despite the rumors of a potential deal with Manchester City, one of the players mentioned in it, Eduardo Camavinga, is going nowhere. According to Cadena SCR, the head coach has made it very clear: Camavinga and Ceballos are untouchable. Alonso personally informed the board that he does not intend to part ways with these two midfielders, despite interest from Premier League clubs. The reason is simple: replacing their profiles without quality loss and for a reasonable price is nearly impossible, especially Camavinga, whom the new coach sees as his ultimate utility man. The Spanish press has already dubbed the Frenchman Alonso'S Swiss Army knife. He can cover multiple roles. In a 4-3-3 formation, he can play as an interior midfielder, a double pivot alongside Tchouaméni when needed, or even as a left-back in certain scenarios. Last season, Kamovinga essentially fell out of the rotation due to a string of injuries, missing nearly half of the matches. But now, the coach is ready to bring him back to life, making him one of the central figures of his new project. Xabi has already laid down the conditions. You're important, but you need to regain stability and discipline. This season, the coach plans to use flexible systems, and Kamovinga must prove he can be effective in any of them. As for Kamovinga himself, his transfer value, surprisingly, has returned to the same level it was when he joined the club, around $60 million. In 4 years, he never truly became a consistent leader, but Alonso is determined to give him another chance, especially in light of Kroos and Modric's departures. Since Rodri remains an unattainable target for now, Alonso is betting on the players already at his disposal. In midfield, he wants to build around Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Valverde, Ceballos, and Bellingham, a core five meant to form the heart of the squad for years to come. And alongside them, give Arda Güler the space to grow and flourish. This, in essence, is the new philosophy of Real Madrid. Not wasting resources, but building with what they already have. And while Rodrigo's name still dominates the headlines, Xabi Alonso continues laying the foundation of his team, step by step without unnecessary fuss. Amid transfer pursuits and a squad rebuild under Xabi Alonso, significant changes are brewing in Real Madrid's defense. Two experienced defenders, David Alaba and Antonio Rudiger, are likely playing their final season in the white shirt. Both of their contracts expire in the summer of 2026, and according to Spanish and international sources, the club does not plan to renew them. Let's start with Alaba. The Austrian, who joined Real as a free agent from Bayern Munich, is now more often mentioned in reports for his injuries rather than his performances. He missed almost the entire past season due to a severe knee injury, and recurring issues have kept him from regaining form. On top of that, Alaba is among the highest-paid players in the squad, earning $10.5 million per year. Football Leaks revealed further details of his deal, nearly $18 million as a signing bonus, $5 million to agent Pini Zahavi, and more than $6 million to his father. Real wouldn't mind parting ways with Alaba this summer, but no offers have come in. The player's camp has made it clear he intends to see out his contract and then reassess. This approach suits the club too. No one is looking to force the issue. Rudiger's situation is a bit different. The German gave everything last season, playing through pain and relying on medication just to help the team. He hit peak form right before the cup final, after which he underwent arthroscopic surgery. The club appreciated his effort, but also understands that age, injuries, and high competition now cast doubt on his long-term role. In other words, Real is initiating a renewal of its central defense, a shift from veterans to youth. It's both a financial move and a long-term strategy. Alaba and Rüdiger certainly played important roles in the club's recent success. One was crucial alongside Militão in 2022, the other with Nacho in 2024. But the era is changing, and Madrid is ready for the next chapter. Neither of them is leaving immediately. They'll complete their contracts through 2026, but neither will stay beyond that. Real is giving them a quiet, well-earned farewell, without drama, but with a clear understanding that it's time to move on.